Hey everybody! So I'm going to do kind of a stopgap video as I'm still waiting to be able to get some bulk to finish up my modular MOC, or actually really get started on it. And you guys have seen these in the background before. These are the cubbies I actually made. There's two of them. The one's standing up, the other one's laying down here. These were actually supposed to be the double doors for my Lego room. But I didn't build them properly and then couldn't really get the hinge to work out. So I thought, what am I going to do with them? So today I'm going to show you essentially how to build these, and I'm going to make my own pick-a-brick wall. Now you really need a table saw to do this, and you need what's called bender board. So this little piece right here is actually a segment of bender board. I think it's MDF. It's a composite board of some sort. It comes in that width that you see right there, which is, it's a little bit different than dimensional lumber. I could actually measure it, but then I'd have to stop my video. Anyways, it comes in long lengths. These are all continuous pieces, and then these are obviously pieces that are cut in half to go this way. So the first thing I did is I notched each side. I notched these longer boards right here going up, and then I notched the shorter boards going down. And then you just put them together and they create your hatch pattern. And you can create essentially whatever size of cubby that you want for your Lego to store them. You can make them bigger, you can make them smaller, but you do have to keep in mind that the smaller or the larger you make them, the more flex you're going to get out of this board, so they might not hold as much. But you're really going to need a table saw to do this. And you're also going to need a dado blade. If you're using a dado blade, this is my table saw sled that is for dados. And to make one of those, you basically just have to make those runners, those small pieces, that are just as wide as your tracks in your table saw that they can run. There's one for each track. Use a piece of plywood on the bottom, and then use something strong. So I just used some 2x4s I had laying around. Glue and screw those onto the plywood. Then you get your dado blade and you make a nice big cut, and then you have a sled that you can just put things on, and then you just slide this back and forth to make your dado cuts, because I'll show you on this. This was a piece of scrap. You can see right here these cuts that I've practiced on getting them right. You need to make those, and then you need to make some box joints on your end, which are covered up right now. Then you need to make some jigs. This is what I used to stop the board to make this crosshatch pattern, so they'd only go halfway through and I didn't have to guess where they were each time. And then I made this jig right here with a little tiny piece of the bender board so that I could screw it on here, and then when I was cutting out the side pieces that I showed you right there that I messed up on, they'd be in exactly the right place. And since all of these are uniform, I just put this there, then one notch went into there, the next one, and so on, and then it gave me my perfect pattern. And that's how I did that. And then I essentially assembled it, put this kind of material on the back. It can really just be any sheet of plywood or whatever you want. These were going to be doors, which is why I used this actually pre-made stuff that was already white. And then I didn't actually use 1x4, so that's not a 1x4. It was a 1x6 that I ripped down to size to get it to be the right height for the bender board. And then I took the extra pieces, and these are some that broke, and then I ripped 1/4 inch off so I could lay this all the way across on top to then hold in the sides here, and then I painted it. If you can get a sprayer that doesn't gum up, that's the best thing. And now I'm going to hang them, and I'll show you what the finished project looks like. Okay everybody, There it is, my completely or mostly empty pick-a-brick wall. And I won't show you up close because, like I said before, these weren't really made to be a pick-a-brick wall. And so I wasn't ever planning on hanging them on a wall, and I didn't plumb them up and get them very straight. But it works for me. I don't care about the little edges that don't line up. But there you go. You can see, got a couple jars. I'm probably going to put plastic jars in there in case they ever fall out, because I don't want them breaking since my floor is actually painted cement. And then, I have a whole bunch of cubbies. It's like 5 by 9, so there's 4. I have 90 cubbies that I've got to fill, and we'll see if I can fill it up. It'll sure be a lot easier to get to my Lego pieces that way once I have them organized, or I'll just put other fun stuff up there.